Next pitch to him, and he sears this out into right, chases DePrima towards the corner, a dive! Oh, DePrima with a web gem! Show off there, All-Star. Here's Sebastian Rhodes. Hits the first one he sees into right field, out towards Stevens, who gives a dive, and it's past him to the wall. In to score comes Jake Butler. Sebastian Rhodes is heading for third. He's in the third. 2-0 Cats. Smith's 1-2. Heitzman belts this into right field, and that's fair. In to score is Jake Butler. Heitzman cruises into second base with his second double of the ball game. 3 RBIs for the Cats center fielder to make it 4-0. First pitch to Alex Barrist, and he's able to get a piece of this.
Great job in that top of the fifth as well to gun down Heitzman. Kudos to Sebastian Collender behind the dish for Vermont.
Barrist went down via the K last time. Next one from Sheldon. And he stings this into right field. Rudisil gives us a look in foul ground, and he is unable to make the catch out towards the Nears bullpen. And it becomes just a looping foul for strike number 2.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to try to get it because you don't want to run over the bullpen and trip yourself up. Also wanting to get out of this at bat earlier. Back to Collender, really impressed with some of the stuff he's been able to do lately and just those boosts of confidence for him. He's not the most fiery or emotional guy, but you can definitely tell when you have a conversation with him that he wants to get better and he wants to improve. To get stuff like that is really important to him.
And it's cracked over the head of Miles into left field. Alex Barrist has himself a base hit, just the second of the game for North Adams. And Barrist continues to rip it at the plate lately. Now hits in 10 of his last 12 games.
And 6 for his last 14. He's only struck out 3 times, has not been walked. And Barrist is one of the more underrated players on this North Adams team. Get the highlights and the guys like the Rhodes and the Colellas making the flashy and big numbers, but Barrist is right there with them.
Flips it to Matt Colella, who's 1 for 2 tonight. See strike 1 on the breaking ball. Had that double to open up this game in the first. And after that, a ground out. Both of his balls hit into play have gone down that third base line. Colella cracks this over the head of the second baseman, Minkler, almost able to climb the ladder and come down with that baseball. Impressive jump there by Minkler, but Barrist ends up at second base on the base hit by Colella. And the Cats might have something cooking here in this 6th frame.
A tying run now at the plate with Sebastian Rhodes, and great effort from Minkler, but if you're Bryce Rudisil, now you're kicking yourself at first that you could have had the out just out of his glove in foul territory. Rhodes just struck out twice today, but those were both against Miller. Sheldon has his work cut out for him to try to hold this lead.
Bunts this high into the air for a foul. And after that base hit, Colella, back-to-back games with multiple hits. Steeple Cats trying to come back in this game and defeat the Mountaineers for the 3rd time in a row. They have some work to do, trailing 3-0 in the top of the 6th. Next one from Sheldon, and another bunt that shows, but it misses for a 1-1 count.
You just want to advance runners at this point, knowing you have backup in guys like Butler and Woody and still no outs.
It's a Steeple Cats team that likes their small ball. Comes the 1-1, and the bunt flutters foul. So Rhodes likely to swing away on this next offering by Sheldon.
Yeah, and a few risky bunts as well, hanging in the air. That's where you have someone in the Vermont field that can get underneath it. I've seen the Nears get caught out a few times that way. North Adams looking for run 101 on the season. They got to triple digits against Danbury last night.
Next offering as Rhodes goes down looking. He thought that one was outside on the good breaking stuff by Sheldon. That's a big out number 1 against the Cats.
So here comes Butler, another one who's 0 for 2. Just feels kind of redundant at this point to say someone struck out in this North Adams lineup because Brendan Miller did it to everyone but Matt Colella.
Steeple Cats have already struck out 13 times in this game. Jake Butler has a couple of those strikeouts. Up high for ball number 1. 11 of those belonging to the starter for the Mountaineers, Brendan Miller, and his incredible 4 innings. That's a touch up high for 2-0 count on Butler with Barrist at second base. He reached on a single, and then Colella at first, also getting on with a single. Tying run at the plate for North Adams, trying to take advantage of this opportunity. Thumps this foul for a 2-1 count.
A good job from Sheldon on that pitch to place it high in the zone, so Butler has to reach a little bit to swing it. That was something that Miller did a great job of, was even in the hittable strikes, North Adams batters were only fouling them off.
Just couldn't get the timing down on that fastball of Miller. It's a 2-1 and a big hack and a miss for a 2-2 count on the Steeple Cats first baseman. With Butler trying to avoid going down with the K for the 3rd time. Sheldon set. He comes home, and it's a slider outside for a full count. Big pitch coming up here on Butler, trying to move those runners on base.
Mentioned it at the start of Sheldon's outing, but uses the breaking ball, using the slider and the cutter more to righties. He loves to go to the toolbox against batters like Butler.
He goes with the breaking ball and gets Jake Butler out for the punch out. And it's 2 away, back-to-back Ks by Sheldon to send us to Tony Woody. Tony reached on the walk last time. Prior to that, struck out. And that catches the zone for strike 1. North Adams batting 1 for 8 with runners on so far in this game. Woody trying to change that here. And he taps it foul.
Nice barehanded grab by someone in the dugout.
Oh, it's Coach Austin Rochelle.
Big props. It's a nice snag.
I'll be sure to talk to him about it on the bus ride back. Be like, hey, nice hands, Coach. 0-2. Slider that falls outside. The thing about Tony Woody is he's a much more patient batter than he was earlier this season. Struck out a decent amount early on, but even when he strikes out now, he works pitch counts better than what he used to. It's been one of his biggest developments. Falls just outside. Good vision there by Woody to even the count at 2-2.
Yeah, 3 for his last 11, but that's the big thing about summer baseball is the development not only of your team to be better cohesively, but for your own personal development when he goes back to SUNY Cobleskill, the skills he's learned up in North Adams.
Another slider that breaks outside, trying to tempt Woody with that outside stuff. And it's a full count on the Steeple Cats right fielder.
You have to expect maybe he goes with the fastball here. Word for Brendan Miller. Can he do it to his Stag teammate as well?
3-2 from Sheldon. Woody down with a strikeout. That's been the theme of the night for the Mountaineers. Sitting down North Adams batters with the K. The Nears looking to add on to their 3-0 lead when we return to Montpelier Recreation Field. A big 7-3 victory for the North Adams Steeple Cats in front of the home crowd tonight against the Vermont Mountaineers, and this guy right here, a huge part of it. Matt Colella with 3 RBIs tonight in this ball game, but all those RBIs coming off of 1 hit. And that big 8th inning, team's trying to get the lead back, and you have that bases clearing double. Just take me through what you saw on that pitch and your emotions after hitting that.
Yeah, I mean, I was just trying to stay in the moment. Swung through a heater on that first pitch, but I knew I had to just stick with my approach and got one out over the plate, and was fortunate enough to be able to drive it and just deliver for the guys.
And it wasn't just in the batter's box where you contributed. In the 9th inning, Vermont trying to make a comeback. You have that diving play at short to get out number 2. What did you see on that play?
Yeah, off the bat, I didn't think I was getting to it at first, but I guess the grass might have killed it a little bit, and just, you know, anything to help those pitchers. They threw great tonight, and yeah.
Not just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but 7 hats on the head of Matt Colella, who was a huge part of this ball game, both offensively and defensively. How does it feel to get another big win at home with the boys?
It's awesome. It's huge. We're just trying to keep this thing rolling, make a push for these playoffs. Let's go Cats, baby.
Go Cats. 7-3, Steeple Cats with the win over the Mountaineers. Great playing tonight, Matt. It was a pleasure.
Appreciate it.